Good morning, Jimmy T here. Getting ready to have that first cup of coffee. Somebody asked me what my coffee cup says. Yeah. I don't know. If you can see that, not too much reflection. Who doesn't love a funny coffee cup? I'm giving you time to read. You may not have had your coffee yet, so this could take some time. That's right. And for those of you who don't feel like reading, it's unable to communicate in full sentences, slightly more coherent, but able to hold a conversation. And the bottom line, you may speak now. What I'm going to share this morning is a little, it's Christmas time. I've ordered a few things. I don't love shopping. Anymore I shop on Amazon. I don't know, most people I know do. So you've eliminated the whole process of going out and doing it just because it's time efficient. But one thing that I actually am looking forward to is when I was in the Philippines and recently, it's a whole different vibe there. You go to a shopping mall, and I went to 3 different ones in the Metro Manila area. It's a happening. People are into it. It's like, it's like the 90s or 80s or yeah, something like that. When people got into it, it was an event. You'd go out, you'd have lunch. Here in Chicago, that vibe, as far as I know, died a long time ago, at least downtown. A day on Michigan Avenue and hitting, Bloomingdale's, Water Tower, going to Marshall Fields or now Macy's down on State Street. It was fun. You kind of made a day of it. And, it seems like we've been relegated to I want to avoid any kind of interaction with humans. Let me order this stuff and then hope that it shows up to my house and a porch pirate doesn't steal it. So it's a little bit different. But in the Philippines, it is cool. It's fun to see people, all the little kiosks, the coffee shops, everything. It's cool, and I don't need to get that much stuff, as I'm making pretty clear these days. I'm showing up with very little because I'll be moving around a little bit, and I'll be going to Airbnbs, and so I don't want to be encumbered. I don't need that much stuff. But once I do find a place, and I want to settle in a little bit, I don't envision being one of these nomads that is vlogging from a new location every week. I just don't think I have that in me. I do want to explore and I do want to check places out, but I do want to kind of settle in someplace to some degree. And when I do, I'm going to need to buy some stuff. And there, I don't envision, sitting in a place and ordering on Amazon or some other delivery place. It'll kind of once again be fun to go out and shop. And even if it's some small stuff, sorry, I got distracted. I need to turn off message alerts on my phone because I'm trying to chat with you guys and I'm receiving text messages, which I shouldn't really be reading right now. But I will have to buy some small housewares, some new clothing items, so I am looking forward to that. But for today, it is Christmas time because I did order some stuff. And one thing I haven't opened up yet, which I kind of want to, is my neck pillow. If you've flown any distance at all, it can be brutal. That flight from Chicago to Manila, the route has changed. So now I go from O'Hare to San Francisco International Airport, less than a 2-hour layover, which isn't really a layover. It's just hustle up and grab a snack and get on your international flight. And then it's, I think about 14 and a half hours then from San Francisco to Manila. And that's a long haul. I'm tall, I got a giraffe neck, so it's, the head flopping and everything. So I bought this new neck pillow, and it's one of these dealios that you're basically strapping your head into the seat. You look like you've been in an accident, and they're trying to mobilize your neck or immobilize it. So let's kind of see what this is all about. And if any of these products I think are worth sharing or putting a link in, and again, I have no idea how to put a link in. These are early days. I don't really know how to do that much of anything on this channel besides sit here and ramble on a little bit. Although I did add a little technology today, which I'm going to open that up in a second. So, so it's, little carrying case, pretty compact. That's cool. The thing is, shopping online, you don't know what anything is like. You look at some pictures, maybe you read a review. It's nice when people have, when there's videos posted or actual real humans, using some of this stuff. But this is what it's going to look like when I unfold it. So you can see it's just it supports your head and neck, but then you got that strap that is in theory supposed to go onto the back of your seat and by the headrest at some point and strap you in so you can't move. I have to do better. That last flight in October, I hit the ground pretty beat up. Flying coach is no fun. So I highly recommend, if you can do it, spend $7,000 on a first class ticket. I wasn't able to, but so most of us mortals have to figure out ways to be comfortable in something less than first class. I'm already having a wrestling match with this thing. It actually looks pretty nice. As nice as anything that you buy online can be. And I'm not gonna bore you with the process of trying to get this thing on, but it does look like, well, I'll do this much. And you know what? I'll do this right now. The one good thing about aging, the biggest part is that if you're aging, you haven't died. So, that's always a bonus. But the other part is you stop caring so much about what people think. I mean, do I have an ego? Do I care about what people think? Yeah, sure. I'd be lying if I said no. But you care less and less. You start to run a life that's about function. You want things to function well. You want to be comfortable. You want to be efficient. You want to do your own thing. And if you look stupid in the process, you don't really care that much. Most people don't really care what you're doing anyway. And obviously, if I was worried about looking stupid, I wouldn't have started this channel anyway. So, geez, this in and of itself is a big upgrade from the other neck pillow I bought. For some reason I say pillow. One of my friends, longtime friends, called me out for that. Pillow. It's not a pillow, it's a pillow. The last one I bought for my last trip, I wrapped it around my neck. It literally did nothing. So, this bad boy goes on, and then you strap this around the headrest, and it is adjustable, and so now you can't fall forward. I'm kind of digging this, actually. I think this is going to be a huge upgrade. I did upgrade my seat this time to bulkhead seating. I'm going to go, I'll get in a little bit more about, I don't know that they're travel hacks, I guess that's what you'd call them, but a little bit more about things I'm buying to prepare for the trip, things that I thought were important. But one of those things was spending extra money on bulkhead seating. Now it's still coach, but it is the section between coach and then when premier seating starts, which is a little bit of an upgrade, but it's still significantly more expensive, and then first class. So you get on the plane, first class, the people that you like to glare at and hate. and then the next next section that you don't hate them as much, but they still have a little nicer seats. And then you get into coach, and that as soon as that section starts, that first row is called the bulkhead or the exit door. And for me, being 6 feet 2 inches tall, it was huge to fly that. It's you have 6 feet of leg room in front of you. I can stand up anytime and stretch when I want to, and that's huge. If you can stand up whenever you want and you're not in anyone's way and you can move around a little bit, it makes for a much better flight. So, but I'll talk a little bit about the cost of that and some seating options that you might have and when to buy that, at least the way I approached it. And again, with all this stuff, I'm not a seasoned traveler. Now, I have been to the Philippines 4 times over the last 11 years, so I've learned a few things, but I'm no travel guru. I'm learning and I'm trying to improve my skill set when it comes to just navigating travel, because it can be pretty stressful. If you're disorganized, if you're unsure, it gets stressful. But out of the gate right now, I think this thing is a win, but I'm gonna put it through its paces. Now, how do I get this thing off without ripping off my giant nose? Okay. Oh yeah, this might be the first time you're seeing the aerodynamic haircut, which I still haven't explained why the hell I shaved my own head, but I'll get to that. There's a lot of things to cover. Another thing that I am excited about is, and this is completely unnecessary. Not how much, I don't know, most things in life are probably pretty much unnecessary. But I did want this. And this is passport holder. Now, it's a pretty simple one. I wasn't going to go nuts, but I did think it's worth protecting my passport with a really nice, it's not that nice. I think it was like $25. Again, if I think any of this stuff is worth sharing with you and putting a link in, I'll do that. But you can do a search and 50 different passport holders will pop up on your phone. So I don't think that's any big deal. But this one, the price seemed to be right. And and the cool thing is that it actually comes with a passport. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I put my passport in there. But I did move in. I did put my passport in, and then it just has a couple of little, slots for credit cards and maybe your driver's license, whatever else you need to. Quick little magnetic closure. That's slick. And this is kind of cool. You know the saying. You probably don't know the saying. You may know the saying. It's more fun in the Philippines. And it is more fun in the Philippines. That's why I'm moving there. But on my last trip, I thought when I get back here, I'd like to land with a little currency so I can immediately start buying a snack or get my SIM card or whatever I need to. So I bought some Filipino pesos. And look, talk about colorful. These people know what they're doing with their currency. 100 pesos, which is just under $2. I think the exchange rate right now is somewhere around 57 Filipino pesos to a US dollar. So whatever the math is on that, it's close to $1.80, I think. So yeah, that's 100 peso, the 500 peso bill, and the one I really dig. Look at this, and the symbolism too. This is 1,000 pesos, so we're talking around $18. But look at this. You can even look through it. How fun is that? Yeah, I love this. I love this currency, and I'm really into symbolism. And how can you beat that for symbolism? That is an oyster with a pearl. That's right. The world is your oyster, but you do have to jump in, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I think I love their currency, and it is more fun in the Philippines. Lastly, I want to. Wow, that's good coffee. I decided immediately, if you have something to say, you better make sure that people can hear you. So I bought my first piece of vlogging equipment because I'm just doing this. I have a little cheap tripod in my new iPhone and a little tiny ring light that's attached to my phone. I don't know if it really does any big enhancement with the lighting. It's not exactly pro level, but whatever helps a little bit. So yeah, this is what I'm excited about, is a little bit of tech. And this is the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless microphone system. And it didn't take long. It took one time. It took one time trying to do a little video outdoors, walking around the neighborhood, which I do want to share more of Chicago before I leave. It's a great city. I've been here a long time. I'm going to, take you on a couple of walking tours, probably maybe out to the lakefront, downtown, wherever I choose to go. Maybe hit some of my old neighborhoods, a little reminiscing, and also get out on my bicycle and share some of my biking, which I've mentioned on a previous video. It's been one thing that I've really enjoyed. I've been on a bicycle running around this city for a long time, and I'm hoping that is going to prep me for managing chaotic Manila traffic when I buy a scooter, which is my plan, and I've already got it picked out. Now there's all kinds of different options, but from what I've seen, there is one that I'm interested in, and I'm certainly going to be sharing that with you. So I'm going to be getting this hooked up. I think my audio right now is pretty decent when I play back my videos. I think you can hear me pretty easily, but you get out on the move, you start, doing stuff with traffic and wind and everything. A little wireless remote, a little wireless microphone system rather, is going to be really nice. And this wasn't crazy expensive. I think all in it was about $110 on Amazon. So I'll be giving this a whirl and getting it hooked up probably later today when I get out and do a little recording. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. All right, that's the quickie update. Video coming up for those inquiring minds that wondered why the hell did this dude shave his head and why did he do it on camera? There are a couple of actually, legit reasons. So, speaking of tech, my ring light just shut off because the battery life on it is not very long. And I don't know if it even made that much of a difference. We'll see. Okay, everybody, I'm going to work on this coffee, and until next time, hang loose. Okay, I'm going to see if I could stitch this little piece into the video that I just shot because, it's it's kind of funny. I was showing my new neck pillow. Straps me in, and if you've just watched the first part of this, you gotta laugh at yourself in this life. If you can't laugh at yourself, I think you're lost. So what I was doing was trying to show you how you can get this on if and it's really easy to put on, as you can see. Well, I'm losing it. It's too funny. As I was getting ready to put this thing back in the carrying case, I realized that there is a little Velcro strap that as fun as that wrestling match is,
you don't have to put yourself through that. So this little thing right here holds on nice nice and easy. So I had to come back and add that. So you don't have to do my approach. Please don't do what I do. So much easier than my original technique. As fun as that was. So yeah, I needed to add that. Okay.